here we are, we're in exercise 2-2. Now in 2-2, we're going to talk about how we format outputs. And not just formatting outputs, but we're going to have a couple of variables. So we're going to assign some values to variables, as well as we're going to have a variable that is the result of multiplying two variables together. And then we're going to output things in a specific format. So let's go ahead and take that like we had before. We'll come down and let's create a constant. And we'll call it a double. It's a constant. It's not going to change. It will remain the same. We'll call it convert. And we'll give a value of 2.54, as they said. Semicolon to terminate that statement. And we'll come down to the next one. Double. And we'll call it inches. We'll give it 3. Terminate that. Come down to the next one. Double. Calculation. That will equal inches multiplied by convert. Okay, so in that first declaration that I have there, I determined that it was going to be a constant. It's an instance of the double, and now my object's called convert, and we're calling it or assigning it a value of 2.54. This one's getting a value of 3, performing a calculation, and the results of that calculation will be stored in calculation. So now let's come down to this right line. Right line. We'll go ahead, open, close. And one of the things that, rather than writing a string literal constant like we had before, let's go ahead and going to open and close our quotes. We're going to put some curly braces in there. Now, index 0 in this first curly brace, space, inches is, curly braces again, index 1. We'll come outside that closing curly brace, space, centimeters. So I've got this string that is index 0 inches is index 1 centimeters. These indices that I've got here. Close this. It shouldn't have popped up, but let's come on back and we'll say, what are we putting in there? The first position will be centimeters. So that's the value in our, oh, it's not inches, my bad. Hang on. Come out. There's our close. We put a comma. The first index is inches. And then we'll put a comma and then calculation. Then we'll close this thing out and put our semicolon. So the way, what this is saying is, we're going to right line. Right line, we're going to write this string. Well, what is this string? I've got a placeholder, index 0. That's the first thing here, inches. 1 is the second item. So when I go run this, 3 inches is 7.62 centimeters. And I should have had plural in there. Let's go ahead and put the S. And run it again to make sure that it looks right. Now, catch is, and here's part of why, aside from me explaining the ins and outs of C#, but part of why I did these specific videos is so you can get through these, because I'm so particular. I would look at this and say 3 inches is 7.62 centimeters with a period at the end. I don't have a period here. So I need to test this to make sure, are they looking for a period or no period? And given that I've got 2 out of 2, they didn't want a period. Had I put a period in there, it may have denied it. Let me see. I'll put a period and run it now. Test. It's still saying 2 of 2, so it's forgiving on this one. They're not all as forgiving. Okay? So I'll see you on the next one.